Hi guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Ria and I'm a lifestyle and immigration content creator living in Dublin, Ireland. If this is your first time seeing my face, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. What's up G, how you doing? So in today's video guys, you guys can already see that the title is companies that would hire you once you arrive in Ireland. Okay, I know I did a video sometime a couple of weeks ago talking about the highest paying part-time jobs for international students in Ireland, and I just kept on saying I'm not mentioning any company's name, but in today's video I'm actually here to mention a good number of companies that I think that you would benefit from, or that I think that you're going to be able to get jobs from as soon as you get into Ireland as a student. So if this is something that you would want to know about or have information about, then you should definitely keep on watching. Going into a country with little or no information or knowledge about how the country works in terms of looking for a job, applying for a job, having a job, earning money, what you need to do, what documents you need to provide, how to go about it, especially as an international student or maybe even as a foreigner or a visitor. The visa laws allows for that. Sometimes it could be very depressed and very stressful mentally. That's why there are informations out there. That's why I'm also here giving you guys first-hand information on what it is that you need to know before you come into Ireland, especially if you're looking forward to working here while you're schooling. So there are a couple of companies that I have listed down that I'm going to be taking us through during the course of this video. Before I go further, I just want to say that I've grouped all of these companies into about 5 industries. As I explain further, you will understand. So the very first industry that I have is what we call the recruitment agencies actually. So these particular recruitment agencies are more into catering assistant roles, kitchen porter roles, sales and marketing roles, security roles, healthcare assistant roles. I have about 3 or 4 recruitment agencies that do offer these part-time roles for international students. The first one is Noel Recruitment Agency. This I know for sure because this I use, or this I worked with while I was a student in Cork sometime in 2020. And then I also heard about Excel Recruitment Agencies. I know a couple of people that have worked with Excel Recruitment Agencies. I've also heard about Sigma Recruitment Agency, People's Group, Action Recruitment Agencies. And before I even go further, all of these recruitment agencies and all of the companies I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be leaving all of their links down in my description box below, so you should definitely check that out. So if you're looking to work while you're studying, most times always recommend students to go through the recruitment agencies route, because for starters it's easier, it's faster for you to get jobs while you're schooling than you having to apply directly to companies. I'm not saying that you can't apply to companies and you will get those jobs, you definitely will, or having to go through recruitment agencies just kind of like cut your process into half, because most times than not they always take people that apply into recruitment agencies. For what I know, Noel Recruitment Agencies, I don't think that there's anybody that has applied or that have recommended that has been refused for a part-time role in that particular company. You could work as a kitchen assistant, you could work as a kitchen porter, they have hospitality, they have healthcare assistant role, they have driver's role. But for you to be able to drive the country, you have to go through the whole learner's permit, getting your driving license, blah blah blah. So most times it's not feasible for international students, but all of that roles actually is possible. I think even the Action Recruitment, or maybe Sigma, I'm confusing it now, but one of those recruitment agencies, if you check down my description box, actually even offer sales and marketing roles for part-time. One thing I always say to people is that regardless of whatever information it is that you hear from my mouth, please do your due diligence. Just make things easier for you and for me as well. So yeah, recruitment agency is my number 1 point with the list of agencies that I have just mentioned now. The thing recruitment agencies, throw in your CV, they will call you for an interview, you do the interview, you get through the whole exam or test that you need to write. It depends on the company, the recruitment agency you're working for, and then also you go through Gala vetting, and then that's it, you begin work. That's pretty much it. It's actually very easy. It's actually easier and kind of like faster than having to apply into companies directly. Okay, so my next industry would be private homes, nursing homes, everything that has to do with healthcare. You guys will always hear healthcare from my mouth because that's a field that I'm kind of conversant with, and I know of about 10 if not 20 healthcare, private homes and nursing home companies that are looking for people. Believe you me, I don't think that there's any nursing home or there's any private home care company in Ireland that is not looking for home support workers or healthcare assistants, to be very honest. And that's where, like, you know, you need to actually dive in. I know for starters that Ant Home Care, they are looking for people and their pay is very good. I know of Comfort Keepers, I know of Pending Nursing Home, I know of Malay Nursing Home, I know of Care Choice Nursing Home. All of these things, not to worry, and even more than what I will even say, I will leave them down in my description box, so please make sure that you go through that. And I know that most times, like nursing homes especially, if you work with them and then you finish your school and then you're still with them after you're done schooling, the nursing homes are even sponsoring employment permit visa. Like, you could actually get your stamp 1 from working in a nursing home. So that is definitely a field, or that is definitely a part-time role that you kind of want to venture in if you're actually up for the task. I know for a fact that not everybody would want to work as a carer or as a healthcare assistant or home support worker, but if you're up for it, if you have the skills for it, if you're ready for it, then why not? Now, moving on to my third industry that, you know, provide jobs or companies that hire you as soon as you arrive into Ireland, would be the fast food industry. So I'm talking the likes of McDonald's, I'm talking the likes of KFC, I'm talking the likes of Burger King. I know Abakebra is in Cork. I haven't really seen one in Dublin, but I'm very sure that one should be here. Now, all of this fast food industry, they kind of have like one thing in common. I would most times, and even Domino's Pizza as well, I would most times, you know, advise that if you're applying for roles, maybe as a cashier or maybe as a cleaner, or maybe someone working in the kitchen as a kitchen porter or maybe kitchen assistant or whatnot, most of these fast food companies, it would be advisable that you apply in stores. Yes, of course, you could go through their websites, you could apply online. Sometimes even if like you're in the store and then you see like a post asking for people, you could, you know, speak to somebody there and drop in your CV, attend the interview and whatnot. Even if there are not post-ups in the stores, you can always ask. Like, just because they're not post-up doesn't mean that you're not recruiting, and just because they said that they're not recruiting doesn't mean that your story can't be different, right? So it's all about, you know, pitching rightly, packaging, and also, like, you know, shooting your shot. I would say pay is actually quite alright. The good thing about this is that most of these fast food restaurants or stores or companies, you don't necessarily have to bring your lunch and dinner, because from what I heard with people that are working there, they always give you that. So that's like a plus. Like, you're working, you're eating, and then you still get the money. Like, that's a great life. If I knew about that opportunity, trust me, when I was schooling, I would definitely jump on it. But the downside to roles like this is that you need to be prepared for it mentally and physically, because it can be tasking. And I think not just with only fast food, you know, companies, I think that with every job that there is in the world, to be very honest, even if your job is just to travel to a country and another country, it could be physically and mentally stressing. So if you have that at the back of your mind, that you know what you're going into and you're ready to, you know, go through these things and do the job, and you like it, like, that's it. Moving on to the fourth industry that I have for you, which is coffee shops, the brother of fast food. So with coffee shops like Insomnia, with Costa, with Starbucks, and maybe other coffee shops that I'm probably not remembering now, you can apply for these roles in the store. You can, as you would do for fast food, taking your CV, pitch right and whatnot, and apply for these roles, maybe as a cashier, maybe as a cleaner, maybe someone working in the kitchen. Just pretty much applying for these roles, and working in stores like this can actually, you know, uplift your skill. You could learn the art of making coffee, you know, all of those designs that people do when they serve you coffee. You could actually learn that as well. You could learn how to make like a lot of drinks as well. The same thing, you have to be prepared for it physically and mentally. But I think for me, I don't think that coffee stores would be as stressful as, you know, fast food companies, because you're dealing with food in fast food. But in a coffee store, it's more or less like just cups and spoons and maybe sandwich and biscuits, something like, not something as heavy as pizza or burger or fries, you know, the difference. Do you understand what I'm saying? But then the thing about these coffee stores that I heard is this, that they earn a bit higher than people working in fast food restaurants. I don't know, but a friend that's working in a coffee store and a friend that's working in a fast food store, I know what they both earn, and from what I have seen, it looks like people working in coffee stores kind of earn higher than people working in fast food stores. I might be wrong about this, but to do your research and you ask the right people, then you definitely get your answer. And then my fifth point would be hostels or hotels. That's like the hospitality industry. So people working as cleaners, people working in the kitchen as well, receptionists, you know, people helping to make the beds, people helping to literally everything that has to do with hospitality, taking care of people, serving people and whatnot. But there are a good number of hostels that I know that would employ people as part-time workers. The same thing as hotels as well. I would do my research while I'm typing in the description box, so you should definitely check down there for maybe a few of them that I would be listing in this category. But the hospitality industry in Ireland is one industry that I know that companies that are involved in this industry do, you know, employ or hire people as soon as they arrive into Ireland. So you should definitely check that one out as well. So my last industry here would be the universities. I mean, wouldn't it be nice if you're schooling and in your school you're working, you know, either, you know, as a housekeeper, or you're working in the library, you're working in the cafeteria, you know, someone helping to serve, you're working as a cleaner. There are different roles that you could generally get in your university. So my own advice would be what, you know, so always email international student support in your school and ask them opportunities or vacancies, and make sure to apply, not just by getting the response, but make sure to apply. And sometimes you could be applying for these jobs, and even the recruitment agencies that I have mentioned that looks like will be the best shot and the easiest for you to get through, sometimes you may not get the job, sometimes you may not be picked. Doesn't mean that you should give up. Like, I feel like that's kind of part of life at this point. Rejection would always come, but keep on applying. Get your CV right, get your interview answers right. There are templates of how to do like a CV for even a part-time job. Times the CVs that you do, how would I put this now? I know that most of us, or some people, are like great in their CVs and they have, you know, kind of like accomplished a lot back home and even maybe here. But if you're looking for like a part-time role, you kind of have to like look the part, or dress the part, or act the part just for that time. If you understand what I mean, then good for you. So yeah, and please don't forget to, you know, download MoneyJar and tell a friend to tell a friend to download MoneyJar today. Thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and also hit the notification bell down beside the subscribe button. My name is Ria, and I'll see you guys in my next video. But for now, bye guys. Ciao ciao. Mwah.